I've been wrestling with the concept of work, and more than the concept of learning. I think that learning is a tool that allows us to do better work. But over the years, what has happened was that, in my humble opinion, is that we get stuck with the concept of learning, forgetting that the nature of work is changing so fast. So today, the way people do work with technology, the speed of demand, the sophistication, the nature of expectations, leadership, there's a lot of change going on at work that maybe our concept of learning hasn't kept up with it. I'll give you a good example. When we design learning, we always assume that the learner has a certain task which is like 1 to 10. And it's understandable, we learned it like 100 years ago that we divide tasks, step 1, step 2, step 3, and it is efficient for us to design a training program when we understand the steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. When we deliver the steps 1, 2, 3, and 4, we begin to sense that something goes on the worker's mind, the learner's mind. They don't seem to ride along with the steps 1 to 10. The nature of their mind is shifting, moving around, thinking of other things. They ask questions, they're uncertain of the steps 1 to 10. So when you're showing steps 1 to 10, the learners are not thinking 1 to 10, they're thinking about their own point of view as far as work is concerned. So some of my preliminary thoughts, and this is probably nothing new to many of you who are enlightened about this. I'm just wrestling this. And one of the wrestling point I have is that the learner and the worker and all you and I, the speed of work is very fast. Like we find a problem, we try to solve a problem, we look for an answer to the problem, we test the solution to the problem, we look for other ways of doing the problem, we either get a manual, we ask somebody else, we test it again, we try it again, we check whether it's working or not. This is what I call the diagnostic process that we do day in and day out. So when we do this, this happens very quickly. This happens milliseconds, and this happens iteratively. This happens in very rapid phase, so that now if I'm trying to learn something, my outlook is not steps 1 to 10. I'm actually thinking in terms of, if I do this now, what is the problem they're trying to fix? I will only get the answer that I need to fix it. So how do we teach procedures 1 to 10 when people don't really think 1 to 10? Help me out on this, ponder on this, and send me an email or post me a response to this if you have better understanding for this. I'm continuous to wrestle this because it's now trying to impact the way we do work, especially when we want to bring in learning as close as to work situation.